Today, we are going to talk about a deck so broken and disgusting that it makes me sick just thinking of it. Greetings, owners of fine luxury cardboard rectangles. I am not feeling too great. Something's going on here. Might be all the eldritch power in this deck. Oh god, if you guys have not heard of this is the most horrific deck in Magic history. Capable of a turn 0 win, which is clearly unheard of. Back in the day, the biggest combo was the Black Lotus Fireball Channel combo, right? That's your 3-card win combo. But you had to at least have a turn to win with that. Now, the deck we're going to talk about has multiple iterations, finally ending with a turn 0 kill. Now, some of you already know where we're going with this. Some of you are already cowering under your beds at the thought of Flash Hulk making a reappearance. The terror of 2007 making a return. What is Flash Hulk, you ask? Well, we're going to dive right into that. To understand the scenario, you must understand the card Flash. For the longest time, the card Flash was ignored by everybody because they had errated it from its original wording, and how they changed the wording was so that it would let you put a card out at instant speed if you paid the full cast of the creature -2. Otherwise, the creature just doesn't come out. But the original wording of Flash was pay a blue and a colorless to cast it, and then boom, you get to put a creature straight into play, and then you have to pay the creature's casting cost right away, reduced by 2 colorless, or the creature gets sacrificed. So Wizards decided that they were going to undo a bunch of errata that they have done and return to original functionality. This had some unexpected consequences. Flash Hulk being chief amongst them. So you know what Flash is, but what's the Hulk? Well, that's Protean Hulk. Now, the salient part of Protean Hulk is the ability. The casting cost and everything else is irrelevant because you're just putting him straight into play, and he's getting sacrificed immediately. So the point is that you get to go through your deck for 6 casting cost worth of creatures. And so a convoluted combo was born, where on the second turn, or faster if you could accelerate your mana, they would cast Flash, put out the Protean Hulk would be sacrificed, at which point the player would then go through their deck and pull out a Karmic Guide and a Carrion Feeder. And then basically what they do is when the Karmic Guide comes into play, they return the Protean Hulk into play, okay? And then with the Carrion Feeder, they can sacrifice the Protean Hulk again. And when they sacrifice the Protean Hulk again, then they go through their deck for Kiki Jiki, okay? And then using the combination of Kiki Jiki. Basically, the combo is tricky. You flash in Protean Hulk, which dies. You fetch up Carrion Feeder and Karmic Guide. The guide returns Protean Hulk, which you sacrifice to the Carrion Feeder. That allows you to search up Kiki Jiki. Copy the Karmic Guide with your Legendary Goblin. Then while the ability's on the stack, you sacrifice Kiki Jiki to your Carrion Feeder. When Kiki Jiki's ability resolves, you get a copy of Karmic Guide, which lets you bring back Kiki Jiki. So you keep repeating this process over and over and over until you have an endless army of Karmic Guides, enough to just swing for lethal. So that is the situation. That's the first build of Flash. And as you can see, it's really complex. It's convoluted. And there was actually there was a situation in a big event where you would have somebody expect you to forfeit. Like, boom, I play the combo, you're going to forfeit. It's like, no, play it out. Show me that you actually know how to even do this properly. So this was the first iteration, and it was complicated. Well, what's the second deck? Let's talk about that. So the second version of Protean Hulk was also combat-based. Now, there are a ton of different variations, in all honesty, but these are the 3 steps for me that are the path to the true power of the Protean Hulk. This is such an unsettling thing to be able to do in Magic the Gathering. So, the second iteration clearly uses Flash and Protean Hulk. All the decks do. But it dispels the Carrion Feeder, Karmic Guide, and Kiki Jiki entirely, and favors, of all things, slivers, interestingly enough. Because you can get a massively lethal sliver swing in one go, very simply, with 1 sacrifice of the Protean Hulk, in fact. All you do is you cast Flash, put out the Protean Hulk gets sacrificed to the Flash, you go through your deck, and you locate 4 copies of Virulent Sliver and 1 heart sliver. The virulent sliver give all of your slivers poisonous 1 each, so with 4 of them out, all of your slivers have poisonous 4. The heart sliver gives them all haste. So at this point, you can swing with 5 poisonous creatures that are all hasted the turn that you got them. And they're swinging for a total of 20 poison counters, and it only takes 10 poison counters to take your opponent down. Now that is clearly very, very impressive, very simple, very straightforward, easy to understand, and you can do it in the first go. It doesn't require a lot of loops or iterations. It's literally just one go, boom, you're done and good to go. So this, in my opinion, was a stronger and better build, more simple to pilot, but it wasn't the most ultimate disgusting deck. I'm getting queasy just thinking about the next one, but we've got to talk about it. We've got to talk about the ultimate busted version of Hulk, the turn 0 kill. There's something about this level of power that leaves me feeling off. So let us get through this final deck so I can away, my friends. Let us talk about the ultimate power of the Flash Hulk deck. Clearly you understand the power of the Flash and the Hulk and the ability to tutor. So how do we get from there to the absolute broken deck where I can beat you before I've even had a turn using this? And I've played this deck. It's incredibly potent. So the final most broken version of Flash Hulk revolved around sacrificing, obviously, the Hulk to go and acquire Disciples of the Vault. Carrion Feeder makes a reappearance. Carrion Feeder's coming on back for this one. So you get 4 Disciples of the Vault. Now, Disciples of the Vault say, whenever an artifact goes to your graveyard, your opponent loses a life. So with 4 Disciples of the Vault, every artifact that goes to your graveyard is going to cost your opponent 4 life. Now, in this deck, you are running 3 copies of 0 casting cost artifact creatures. You have Phyrexian Marauder, you have Shifting Wall, and there's another one I can't remember the name of. And you can vary it down to fewer of those if you want as well, because in all honesty, you only need 5 0-cast creatures to do 20 life loss. But overkill is the way to go, so I tended to have a bunch of them. It was a lot of fun. So the idea is you sacrifice the Hulk, you grab the 4 Disciples, you sack all your artifact creatures, they lose all their life. Okay, great. So that sounds like it's exactly as fast as the other decks we talked about, right? I mean, except for the fact that you don't have to attack, so you could do it before your combat phase. But that still doesn't explain how I'm able to use this deck to defeat you before I've even had a turn. Well, that's where the other cards come into effect. You have this very, very interesting card called Gemstone Caverns. Now, this was kind of designed to help offset the balance of going second in Magic the Gathering. It's an interesting land where if you happen to be going second in a game of Magic, you can choose to have it start and play with a counter on it, and the land taps for a mana of any color. So, if you were going first, I could start with this Gemstone Caverns in play. Then, I can remove from my hand either an Elvish or Simian Spirit Guide to get an additional mana. So I tap the Gemstone Caverns for a blue, I remove a Spirit Guide from my hand to get the additional mana that I need, and then I cast Flash because it's an instant during your upkeep before you have even gotten to draw for the turn. And then during your upkeep, I set off the entire Disciple of the Vault artifact creature combo, and you lose during your upkeep before I have even had a turn. That is a turn 0 kill, okay? And you could do that anywhere from 10 to 20% of your games. It was fairly reliable. And the games where you didn't get that, you would win on turn 1 or maybe 2. The long game for this variation of the deck is turn 2. And even like now, there's so many more accelerants you could put into it. I mean, obviously, it's an illegal deck now. But Street Wraiths and all these other things to smooth out your draws and make the deck even smaller, oh, Lord, it's just ridiculous. So this is the absolute most powerful deck ever made in Magic the Gathering. There is nothing stronger than Flash Hulk. And clearly, it got the banhammer, as deserved. Now, sorry, guys, I don't know what's going on, but for some reason, I really don't feel well. So let's check in with the 6-color magic.
Hey everybody, it's Headywon, and today we're opening a pack of Shadows over Innistrad. See what we got in here. Alright, we got a Ghostly Wings, Puncturing Light, Inspiring Captain, Intrepid Provisioner, Vessel of Volatility, Thornhide Wolves, Rancid Rats, Fiery Temper, Clip Wings, Compelling Deterrence, Silver Strike, Pack Guardian, he's guarding the pack. Our rare is a Prized Amalgam. We got a Thraben Gargoyle, Forest, and a Clue. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Happy Halloween. And remember, together, we are the 6th color of magic.
Oh, it's time to roll the golden scroll. For some reason, I gotta go lay down. Being exposed to this much power has its consequences. So thanks for coming by. Here's some more stuff. Hopefully I'll see you guys again. Hail to the king, baby!